Surely by now y'all have heard about the No Kings protest. Everybody's talking about it everywhere. There was an ad taken out in the newspaper saying that on the 14th, everyone was going to assemble and peacefully protest. Turns out the person that paid for it was Christy Walton, which is an heiress to the Walmart empire. So we went to the website. They've got a video here. It sounds inspirational, but when you really realize what they're about, you realize it's not that inspirational. This is a map of where everyone will be protesting peacefully. Walmart came out and said that they were not endorsing this whatsoever and that Christy Walton does not serve on any kind of board. And in fact, I believe she doesn't even live in the country. But we live in Northwest Arkansas and we were curious to see what protests were going on in our area just so that we can avoid that area because we have no intentions of getting out whatsoever. There is one in Bentonville, which is where the headquarters is for Walmart, all their corporates there. And when you click on there, there is going to be a protest at the Spark Cafe. Well, the Spark Cafe is the cafe for Walmart. And so when you click on the Bentonville, actually is the corporate Walmart website when you click on Spark Cafe from a Google search. And we've been to this place many times. The museum's pretty cool, and we love the Spark Cafe. Obviously, we're not going to be anywhere near any of these peaceful protests, although they're saying to assemble peacefully. Check out what this guy had to say about being paid to be a protester.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York. The organization was called No Kings. They said June 14th we're going to be protesting and these are the streets that you need to be on and this is what you need to do. You need to cause chaotic disruptions, and they said that there's going to be pallets of like bricks and different things everywhere that protesters could use. They really want to wreak havoc. It's kind of ridiculous. Me as an American, although I need the money, I'm like, this is very, very unpatriotic. If I was to go take this money and go protest, it's not very American. It's not what I stand for. It's obviously not even, worth the time. But, $200 a day is what they're paying people to go protest. The corruption is up here because it goes way beyond these organizations. They want to destroy America, and people like me that need money are gonna go do it. I'm not gonna go do it, but people are gonna go do it. They're gonna go destroy, the city and cause chaos. It's just crazy that, they're even paying people to go do this. It just goes to show that everything we deal with is corruption, and these people at the top level, like, who's paying for this? There's got to be some billionaires paying for this. $200 a day to go cause chaos is, like, crazy. Not worth it, but also, like, really fucked up.
And then Jesse on Fire actually got on one of the calls and was given information about how to proceed peacefully, but the information that he got didn't really feel that way. It felt more like how to protect yourself in a riot. Give a listen and tell us what you think.
I joined one of their trainings. I'm going to tell you right now exactly what was said on the training, okay? Here's the deal. I joined one of the trainings for No Kings, okay? Here's what they told me. We are going to be peacefully protesting in all of these cities. And believe you me, they're going to be peaceful. Now, here are some best practices. I am not exaggerating this. I am not embellishing this. Nothing. This is exactly what they said. They said some best practices for people who are going to be participating in these protests is to turn off all biometric tracking on your devices. And I'm like, did she just say turn off all the biometric tracking on your devices? So turn off facial recognition, turn off voice recognition, turn off anything that can identify you as the person who is standing next to the phone or anyone else. Okay. Also, face coverings, very helpful. Goggles, in case you get sprayed, yada, yada, yada. Literally, all the best practices are, here's how to anonymize yourself so that no authorities can ever know who you are. And here is how to protect against potential backlash from police. They say the words, it's going to be a peaceful protest, and then they give you instructions for how to riot, okay? How to be prepared to anonymously riot, whatever. Why would you need to, Okay. Just that one by itself. Why would you need to anonymize yourself to the level where you turn off all your biometric tracking data on every single cell phone? They also said, do not take pictures of anyone else that's at the protests. Why not? Don't take any pictures or any videos, and certainly do not post anything on social media. Why not? I thought you said you're going to do a peaceful protest, and that's a lot of protests, dude, right? On Donald Trump's birthday.
More sheriffs need to take a note from this Florida sheriff regarding what could happen.
I want to define a couple things, and our general was very kind in how he said things. I'm not as usually as elegant in how I say things, so I'm gonna first say that peaceful protests are part of our democracy. We invite people to share their opinions. That's what our country is all about. The key word in that is peaceful, and if it's peaceful, us in law enforcement are going to make sure you have a safe environment to do it in. That's part of that process. If you let it turn violent, you do not want to do that in Brevard County. I'm going to tell you that, and I believe I can speak for my fellow sheriffs around the rest of the state. You don't want to let it happen. And just so there's no confusion, because I don't want to hear any whining later saying we didn't know, I'm going to break it down for you, all right? Because as you watch these riots unfold across the rest of the country, what you are seeing is buildings being burned down, police cars being bricked, having explosive devices thrown on them, having fire, guns pointed at them, bricks thrown at them, all and on. So I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail titled, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop. Not here, not in the state of Florida. So, to make it real simple, if you don't want to have any of those things happen to you, obey the law. Go protest all you want. Do it peacefully. Stand on the mountaintops and yell your opinion, your views. We invite that. But don't you dare break the law, because it won't go well for you. All right? General, thank you, sir.
I don't know about y'all, but we are not going to be anywhere near these peaceful protests. Are y'all planning on going? Do you think that they're going to turn out like the ones in LA have? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until then, stay safe, stay vigilant, and we'll see you next time.